Okay, Aman and I are back on another episode of Past Circle, and this time from outside, or inside actually, the Sundar nursery. I've never been here, but it is really very beautiful, and I can see the photo of it.
Yeah,
but one opportunity which the BJP certainly will not miss, and that is on the Aam Aadmi Party. This is after the sanction has been given by the Home Ministry that Manish Sisodia should be prosecuted on that snooping case, which is that feedback unit.
So I think Pallavi, Manish Sisodia पे तो शिकंजा पूरी तरह कसता जा रहा है. First it was the liquor scam in which already CBI has summoned him. I think he's going to go on Sunday now, and he cited he can't come because the budget is under preparation. Before he could appear before the CBI in the liquor scam case, now the MH has given sanction to prosecute him under the lodge an FIR against him under the this snooping case, the feedback unit. So I think clearly the targeting of Manish Sisodia, as AAP calls it, is happening, and there are not just one now, multiple scams under which he's under probe, and I think AAP is also feeling maybe the arrest of Manish Sisodia looks imminent here.
But Aman, so two questions I wanted to ask you is, one, of course, it's happening on the day of the mayor's election. But the other important thing is, why is Manish Sisodia so critical then for the Aam Aadmi Party? And why would he be seen as a huge catch, politically speaking, for the BJP? Because of his proximity and or because of his high profile?
Because he's the right-hand man of Arvind Kejriwal. Clearly, politically, he is the one who is essentially maybe the face also of the Delhi government, because Kejriwal taking a more national role, AAP already saying that Mr. Kejriwal is prime ministerial candidate for them in 2024. So Mr. Kejriwal adopting this large overarching role, where Punjab has a CM and maybe Manish Sisodia is the deputy CM in Delhi with very, very important portfolios. So I think that is why Manish Sisodia is very, very important to this dire scheme of things. What the arrest of Satyendra Jain could not do, the arrest, I think, of Manish Sisodia would be very different from Satyendra Jain, because Manish Sisodia, I think, is far more critical to AAP. And
he's very high profile. People do know of him nationally also.
Absolutely. So I think that is, and the cases, I think the allegations are very serious. Of course, the Aam Aadmi Party is saying that these allegations are political in nature. Read now the feedback unit in which, the initial complaint actually say that they were, the feedback unit was trying to spy on politicians and on the central government functionaries, that it's a conspiracy to spy on the federal government. So that's an extremely serious charge. Though the AAP may say that these charges are bogus, but these are the kind of charges that CBI is going to mention in its FIR. Then it becomes a very, very serious case for AAP to fight out.
And this is something which is strangely bringing the BJP and the Congress together, because the allegations are that he was trying to snoop in both on the BJP as well as on the Congress party.
Yeah, that is also coming up. So it seems like a big scandal to me, and I think more will be revealed in the coming days. Now, if Mr. Manish Sisodia are directly responsible for it, or who set it up, the CBI is alleging that it went up right, the connections go right up to the top, and this was being done to collect political intelligence in 2015 when the AAP came to power in Delhi. So I think very serious charges, and let's see what happens in the coming days. But surely, I think the political temperature in Delhi is rising over this case.
In fact, political temperature in the next few days is also going to rise in Raipur, and that is where the Congress comes in really. Interesting. First, Jairam Ramesh calling the TMC a B team of the BJP, and now you have the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge setting the stage by saying no opposition alliance possible without us. Will that make the BJP happy? And I don't think it's going to make the other opposition parties happy, like the TMC or the AAP or even the BRS.
Isn't the opposition unity a mirage, Pallavi?
Yeah,
We've seen that in repeated elections, that it may be there, as Pallavi I think wrote in one piece, that the opposition may unite on certain issues in parliament. Be it like the Adani case, opposition will unite strategically, but when it actually comes to electoral politics, that unity disappears. We are seeing that, for example, we've seen this in Tripura, where an alliance happened. We don't know how successful it will be on the ultimate result day, but in other states it doesn't seem to be happening. So I think that is also, and TMC Congress, I think the situation has become very bitter as in.
Very, very bitter. I mean, you call TMC the B team, and you also have TMC leaders, Mamata Banerjee, Abhishek Banerjee, Shokato Rai in one of the interviews also calling the Congress party a B team, and those kind of things. So yeah, there's so much of bitterness that I don't, and more than that, the whole thing is that you have, the litmus test really is to win elections. Important state elections coming up. If the Congress loses in all of them or in most of them, why will any of these smaller political parties accept them as a big brother?
But what happened, Pallavi? Like that famous photograph I remember of Mamata Banerjee going to meet Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. That bonhomie.
But the bonhomie was more between Sonia Gandhi and Mamata Banerjee. She's been very open about the fact that
I think Rahul doesn't like Mamata Banerjee.
I think Mamata Banerjee also doesn't like Rahul Gandhi. Rahul clearly likes the left. I mean, he's fascinated, mesmerized by Sitaram Yechuria and the left. he, along with Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, talked about a left Congress alliance, which we saw in Bengal, we saw in Tripura as well. She's never ever going to forgive that, and therefore she'll never forgive Rahul Gandhi for that.
Some people thought that the youth may connect in Rahul Gandhi
Well,
and
they
Abhishek
clearly
Banerjee.
haven't. Abhishek Banerjee and he haven't. Neither has Akhilesh Yadav and Rahul Gandhi. I don't even see that happening between KTR or Stalin to a certain extent. I mean, if you want to call him a youth or something.
So Rahul Gandhi only gets along with Sitaram Yechuri.
Yeah, it seems so. He loves the left, so he's there. But you also, I mean, then if the Congress wants to assert itself as a fulcrum of an opposition unity, that suits the BJP, right?
Absolutely. See, BJP would love this kind of... BJP obviously loves a fractured opposition. You know, if the opposition comes together, it becomes a challenge for the BJP. You know, whatever may be said otherwise, but it becomes a challenge for the BJP if the opposition unites, especially in state elections. And general elections, we have so far seen that the Modi factor overweighs out everything. But still, you know, now with many opposition leaders, in fact, saying this, that a united opposition will be able to beat the BJP in 2024, I think if that has to happen, the opposition needs to show it right, you know, just a year to go for the elections, for a general election. The unity needs to now show in more like in a physical, materialistic form, you know, not just in ideas.
In Meghalaya, you have the TMC very much against the Congress party. It cuts the anti-BJP votes. Then the Congress party is exactly not very smart, I would say, because when you start making those personal attacks, you had a Pawan Kheda, for example, doing it. So that clearly walks into a trap set by the BJP. They don't even actually have to set a trap. You just make the same mistake year after year.
Well, now the big Congress meeting is happening in Chhattisgarh, Pallavi. What do you think is going to happen?
Raipur, it's very, very hot there. Well, I think the important thing over there to see is that whether the Congress Working Committee elections do take place, because that's what the whole idea was all about. Maybe not, because Rahul Gandhi and all of them likely to be made the permanent members of the CWC by virtue of the fact that former presidents become. But what about Priyanka Gandhi Vadar? She has to be voted. They are saying it's not too much of a problem. She'll get a maximum number of votes. But more than that, again, I think they're going to have a blueprint for the 2024 elections. There's obviously going to be a lid on the factionalism, which is very much there within the Congress party. Not all is well. So we are again being promised big ticket changes. They keep on talking about it, but that never really happens.
So G20 in a way is history.
G20 is khatam hi ho gaya.
Khatam ho
Almost
gaya.
disbanded. The
It's
last
over.
G23 gathering I saw was when Bhupinder Singh Hooda had a lunch, and you saw some G23 members there like Anand Sharma, but very meek and sheepish.
G23 has been taken over by G20, I think.
Yeah, okay, G23 taken. That's a nice line. So that's the focus, yeah.
That's the focus. What else do we talk about? Like,
Not about a cabinet reshuffle, because we never know.
Is it even going to happen? Recess is also getting over.
Does it even need to happen? And then there's a parliament session which begins on 13th of March, and I think that whole JPC thing will begin. I don't know how much of the opposition will be united on this. I have my doubts, because TMC clearly wants the Supreme Court monitored probe. And that's the reason why Jairam Ramesh called them a B team of the BJP.
The Supreme Court is going to set up a committee. Supreme Court has already decided.
So the TMC is not very gung-ho about a JPC now. So that division has already happened in the opposition ranks. So, yeah.
So let's see what the SC committee and who the members are. I think that would be more important, and how that turns out. And I think definitely the Adani shadow will be there on the next half of the parliament session as well.
Certainly the Congress would want that to happen.
I think that will also become the Congress mantra maybe for 2024.
Yeah, I mean, Rahul Gandhi is already tweeting about it, and he's going to go on, but it will be a redux of the Chaukidar Chore moment. Will it be? I mean, will it really? Does it worry the BJP much? No.
I don't think so. You know, I think any...
And when you make those personal attacks, it certainly helps them.
Yeah, see, I think basically Congress trying to stick some mud on Mr. Modi by, you know, it was be it Rafale scam when they said there's a scam in the Rafale jets, or now alleging some sort of connection of Mr. Adani with Mr. Modi. But I think at the end of the day, it doesn't really impact the BJP, because, you know, even opposition ruled states of the Congress states are in business with Adani. So in a way, are they snapping those ties? Has Rajasthan snapped any ties with Mr. Adani?
Not at all. And not even Chhattisgarh for that matter.
Yeah. So we'll be back next week, and much more to talk on
hotter
Power
and
Circuit.
hotter over here.
Maybe the last one in the summer, with the summer coming in early in Delhi. Thank you so much.
We had apples in Himachal. We'll have mangoes in the next Power Circuit.
Thank you so much for joining us on CNN News 18. Thank you so much.